Yo, squad. Let the people know who you are that don't know.
Man, well, I'm Anais Mahogany. I'm a singer-songwriter from, West Philadelphia. Been
Mm,
around North Philadelphia too, you know what I'm saying? Also represented from, the Bronx, New York. So,
really?
yeah.
What's your connection with the Bronx, New York?
My mom, she's from there. She's born, I think she was born in Harlem. She moved all around here, but, grew up the most, I feel like, in the Bronx. So, that's for me.
I was checking out some of your music when I on the way here, and that's something I like about your style. Is like it's simple, and it remind me of my guy Brent Fayez.
Oh, that's what's
Like,
up.
so I wanted to encourage you to keep doing your thing, because I know you probably be like, how do I get a part of the trendy shit that's going on without being? Because your shit not toxic, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it's not insulting. That's what I like about it, and I think you should just stick to that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
How you feel about that though? Do you feel like you want to be more in the trends, or sometimes?
I mean, I feel like when I first started writing, that's something that I would worry about, like, cause I took a year before I released music. I took like a year or two to really write and figure out who I am as an artist and my sound. And I feel like I'm really lyrical with how I am, and I feel like nowadays people don't really care about what the song means. Like I remember growing up, the song matched the music video, the music matched the song. There was stage presence, there was performance, there was like detailed thought that went into the stuff because it was like art is meaning. But I feel like nowadays it's less about the art and and more about, like you said, trendiness, followers, what's going like. And I say, and I'm not gonna say anything necessarily wrong with that. Like
Right.
it's still cool having music to where I can listen to an artist. I'm like, oh I don't gotta think. I'm just turn it up. It's cool with that. But I feel like when it's an oversaturation of that made me feel self-conscious in a way to when I started writing, it was like, damn, nobody really gonna, especially I feel like growing up in Philly where I didn't, like at least now I don't really see a lot of singers and a lot of female singers, but it was like, damn, nobody really want to hear what I gotta say.
Right.
Like people want to dance, people want to twerk, turn up, or like when I talk about toxic situations, it's about getting through them and like how I felt in my situations. Like I take everything as a lesson, but people, sex sells, drugs sell, money sells, and like I said, that's part of life, and there's nothing really wrong with that. But like I said, it's where it was so much of it at that time that in the beginning I was struggling with that. But I feel like as I went along, and I realized when I was performing, when I was second guessing myself, people would love my stuff. I'm like, nobody want to hear me as rappers at this performance, and it would be coming to me after the performance, people that I don't even know, it's not even my state, like DMing me, commenting. So I feel like. And I feel like what you feel in the soul, like I know what I'm producing, what I'm making,
Right.
is here.
Right.
So I feel like, and like I said, it's authentic. It's not really about the money. Like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like in the beginning, more so now, no.
Do you feel like you make better music like when you go through something? Because I heard that R&B artists make better music when they going through like a breakup and all that kind of shit.
I feel like I wouldn't say I make better music. I feel like it's like a different mindset. Like it's easier to pour into it if you have enough strength to be vulnerable in that way. I feel like in the beginning it wasn't like, oh, I'm going through this pain at this time because someone's making me feel this way. I'm producing it. It's necessarily stuff that just come out when I listen to a beat. Like I can hear a beat and I know this is what it's going to be about. I know I can hear the pattern in it, or it's speaking to me to where stuff just comes out automatically.
Right.
So I feel like even sometimes necessarily I don't even know I need to say these things until I listen back to my songs, because it was like I don't really listen to my music like that, like because you hear it before you release it so much, and I feel like I don't know. I feel like like it's something you're going through in that moment. So I feel like when I listen to it, I'd be like, damn, I was really saying that. Like, I was really going through that stuff. Even now, like, I listen to my songs, it's like, it's crazy that I was really saying that. Because in that moment, it's not necessarily like it's me. It's just coming through me at that time. And I'm in the studio, and I'm like, oh, this verse needs to be that. It's just happening in real time.
Yeah, it's the emotion.
Yeah, to where you can't really sit in it.
Right.
And so I look back and be like, damn, you really feeling some deep stuff in that moment. And you were saying it in a thorough way. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm talking my shit and a lot of stuff. But, yeah, I feel like it's necessarily like that. Like, I'm not knowing necessarily I'm going through something specifically until I look back. Or something comes into fruition that I'm talking about. I feel like now I'm not in that sad space anymore. So I can write without being hindered from this burdening me. Now I can write a song and I'm on different stuff and I'm like, I just want to create. So I feel like without the burden of being sad, you don't really need to get that message out. I feel like my top influences, I take a lot from everyone, I would say. Like, it's not like it's one person. Like, right now, in this point in my life, I feel like my style resonates with, like, Janet Jackson, Aaliyah. That's always been the type of women that I gravitated towards, like, the tomboyish that can be in both worlds. So where I'm not necessarily overly feminine, but I'm not overly boyish.
Right.
So I feel like, at that time, let's see. I like Silk growing up. Amy Winehouse, Donny Hathaway, Janelle Monáe. Like I said, I pull from everyone. Like, to me, it's people who make you feel something, should I say. People who are very creative in how they express themselves. And they're, like, unashamed in that way. Like who are very versatile and diverse. Like, even, I can say, like, now, less so when I was younger, Beyonce, but now, how much dedication she puts into her stuff and her creativity. When you realize and I think ahead, maybe it's a Virgo thing, but I can, like, even if I want to write a book, I'll have 3 books right now done thinking ahead of time. And I feel like she does that to where she thinks ahead and to where she's trying to be free. So like I said, it wasn't really one specific person when I was younger. I would just watch artists when I was growing up, and no matter what time period it was, that it was like, they're saying something that makes me feel something. I would be coming out of my sleep asking my mom, like, yo, who sings this song? Yeah. Like, I'm going to download it. I'm like 6 years old. Like, I can call her and tell her. She could tell you.
That's crazy.
But it's just like, it's just connection. Who makes me feel connected to something other than myself, who makes me like, oh, you're snapping. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's something like you feel like the soul level. So. Right.
Yeah. You have any other passions besides making music?
I feel like anything that's creative, like, I would like to go into, like, acting, film. Like I said, like, I have a little book that 3-book series I would love to turn into, like, a movie or a show. Like, I feel like I said, I take inspiration from a lot. Like, what takes you out? I can come up with a story like this. You can put, like, alien, woman, space. I can create a movie out of that. So I just feel like it's not necessarily one thing. I feel like just being a creative expands to so much more than just music. Like, music, when my starter year is my passion, but, like, connecting to people, to, like, when I was little, watching a movie, and that would help me, like, in a way, disassociate from what's going around in my surroundings. To where it's like, I'm watching tons of movies. I was like 6 watching Couples Retreat. If you know Couples Retreat with Vince Vaughn, I was watching that at 6, and even I'm like, why the hell am I look back, like, why was a 6-year-old, like, gravitating towards those movies? But it took me out of my environment. So we're in Bora Bora, but we're in Philly. Like, I think at that time I was in Wissahickon Avenue. So I feel like it's helping people see that there's more to life. That's the passion. To see there's more to what's in your, your area, your environment.
That's a fact, because your music doesn't sound like it's just Philly orientated. It sounds like it's universal. That's what I peeped. I'm like, yo, like, how'd she know to get in that pocket? I didn't even know until just now that you was from West Philly, though. Yeah. I didn't know where you was from, but listening to your music.
Near Cos Creek, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, hip-hop nowadays in Philly, I feel like it's missing R&B. That's why it's hard for people to make. Like, we can't get inside a song bag, and that's because we're not collaborating with artists like yourself. You know what I mean? I think more rappers need to collaborate with artists like yourself.
I agree with that, because I feel like even when it came to Mariah Carey, to where Mariah Carey, she was one of those main people to where I believe it was, like, if I'm not wrong, but they didn't want her to, collab with rap. Like, she was that singer, she was that girl. So when she did it, she kind of, like, crossed the boundaries and made a difference within that. Old Dirty Bastard. Yes, that's my song, classic. Fantasy. Come on, man.
It's a classic.
Love me so, Old Dirty Bastard.
If that didn't happen, where would we be at right now?
That's what I'm saying. And that's why I'm just like, where it just comes to, like, not even just breaking boundaries, but where it's people to where we're trying to create something together. Like, to where it's a certain artist where I can, even if I know when I want a song with a feature on it, or I know a song needs a feature, or I listen to a song, like, this is what I would do to it. And I feel like when I want to feature, like, my song with Marta YG, shout out to Marday YG, shout out to Marday. It was a song Comfortable, and she snapped on it.
That's the first one I watched from you.
Yo, that's what's up. Shout out to Marday. But being, like, that collab, like I can hear it. So I feel like that is what's missing, is that boundary. So I feel like with rap now, it's like more just, it's about one thing kind of now. Like a lot of rappers rap about the same stuff, and I feel like you got to be different with it. Like, okay, we get it, and especially I feel like once you get rich, like, okay, if you're in the hood, we get it. You doing drugs, you smoking.
Yeah.
We all drinking and smoking something.
Yeah.
But you know, I just feel like once you get to a certain point where your environment changes, that should your music should reflect them.
Yeah.
Like art reflects.
It took you around the world. You don't know
Exactly.
nothing else to offer to your music now. Like you done traveled the world, you get all this money. You still talking about the same stuff that got you on.
Exactly, and you're not even in that, and especially where I feel like you don't have to. You really don't have to be in that environment anymore. You have a contract. You're doing business, and at a certain point, like you become a brand after a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
So like Lil Baby, even he was like how he switched up his stuff to where it wasn't even a song. He was like, he did the styrofoam cup. He did what he had to do because you're a brand now. And I feel like if there was like with art, like I said, if you just collabed and if we were just about creating something and not about, like I said, what's trending or what the labels want you to do, of course they have control over that. But like if we would just look at each other and be like, okay, this is what I can do, this is what you can do. We can do something like this. I feel like that's what's missing. I feel like now it's just two separate things to where now it's like rappers need to be one way to where, look at the 90s, there were different types of artists all around.
Right.
80s, you can look at David Bowie. You can look at Whitney Houston. You can look at like Dream, Kiss, like all these people,
right.
Billy Idol. Like I listen to a lot of artists, even from like the 1930s, jazz music, whatever it is that sounds good to me is music. But I feel like nowadays it's like it's so restrictive.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if we break through those boundaries, especially in your city too, like if you, not even just a word popping, but if I see who you are as an artist,
yeah,
we just collab and like I said, break those boundaries. I feel like that's what's missing. Like now everybody is so like narrow-minded.
Right. Like it said something about labels control. Like, are you looking to be assigned, or do you like being independent, or you in a battle between both? Because that's how I be feeling. I love independency, but at the same time, the machine can do a lot for you.
Mm-hmm.
I really love being independent, though.
Yes.
I
think about that because I hear stories all the time about, like, my thing, I wouldn't mind being assigned as long as I have my things that I want, though. If I'm reading this contract, like, to me, I want to get to a certain point. And, excuse me, one thing I realized is when I was coming up, because it was at a point where I was there's a certain label that's in Philly based. And I was in there and off my third song, To the Morning, featuring Mo Better. And that's the third song that I released, and I was on live and I played it for like the CEO. If I tell you after, you won't know who it is. And I was in there after the third song, but I realized I need more development. And I feel like at that point, I was, not saying I was upset at that point. Like I said, I take everything as a lesson.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like years later, I realized like, I'm gonna get to a point to where I'm not knocking at your door to where I need you. I want you to see me as the asset that I am. Because if you coming to me, if I'm this good now to where you want me, imagine where I'll be a year from now. And like I said,
Right.
I'm constantly an evolver, and not even just with music, but I feel like with like I went through a lot of shit in my life. So I feel like I go in hermit mode, I constantly evolve. That's
Right.
why like I'll take a break, I release something, it's better than last. I release something, I'm better than last. So when you take a step back, you can see the bigger picture.
Absolutely.
You see a lot of stuff. So I feel like it's not necessarily I want a label, but I want them to know like I got my stuff too that I'm gonna need. I want rights to my music. I want the like a distribution deal will be better for me.
Right.
Because it's like you're not like even like I don't want you to control how many years I'm under you, or if I don't get this many views. Like even when it comes to like Halsey, if you know who Halsey is, she was like her label. She released her album. It did phenomenal, but it didn't do as good as her last album, and she sold a lot. And they weren't let her release music because it didn't release to expectations, even though it did it did really well.
Right.
And I feel like I don't want to be restricted in who I am as an artist. So I just feel like the royalties, I want creative control over who I am, because like who you want to be now. Look at my music.
Right.
Come on, like before I first started, I don't release nothing that's trash. So I just feel like that, like it's not that I'm against it. It's just that I don't want to be. I can't be contained.
Negotiations.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Like you got any dream collaborations, well, underground or mainstream?
Let's see. I would love to do something with Kehlani.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to think of people on the spot. Definitely something with Drake. That's something. I love how like his
collaboration mind is.
Yes, his melodies. Wait.
He collaborates.
Yes, and like one thing I'll say about him as an artist.
Very good collaborator.
He does. I'll say that. Let's see. Doechii is also a phenomenal artist. She is so versed. Not even just as a rapper. She be singing her mixtape, no skips. She's a true artist. I feel like Doechii. Dang. I don't know. I feel like I'm so versatile. I can go with anybody in the studio.
Anyway.
I just feel like I can't think about all the time.
Who you think you would sound good with in Philly? There's something coming. If you peeping anybody that you see that like I should work with that person.
Let's see. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really bad. I don't keep up with a lot of local stuff. Or I'm gonna say anything that's kind of out there. I'm really on Instagram. I'm really on TikTok now. Mm-hmm. I feel like anybody would kind of say that they really. I feel like I haven't seen too much of singers.
That's what I'm saying.
If I've really been being honest, like pop out, and like I said, a lot of stuff is. If you got a lot of followers, you got a lot of followers. That's what's pushed. That's what people kind of back up. Mm-hmm. So it's like I feel like anyone who's authentic and genuine, I'll say that. Like Mo Better, I've already done like the 2 to the Morning with him. I done my remix to Right Here with him too. So I feel like as an artist, definitely work with him again.
Right.
We would have to do something joint. Me and him are so good together. I feel like. But other than that, I don't know. I haven't really kept it. I probably core. I can do core. Like I ain't gonna lie. He be
Fire.
spitting.
That's what I want to know right there. That's what I was looking for.
He be spitting.
A rapper, a mash of a rapper, mixed with your style.
And he like raps about deep. That's why I like people who rap about stuff with depth, who got something to say. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Sturdy Mina if you listen to her.
Absolutely, Capricorn.
Yes, that's my sis right there. I listened to her album.
Fuck with Sturdy.
I like because she has something to say. Like she is in her own lane. So, like I said, people who are just authentic. That's really what I'm about.
Right. If you had one thing to tell your younger self, what would it be?
Keep being different. Because I'm very much a dreamer. I can put my headphones in. I'm looking out the window on a ride. And I'm thinking about a whole different world. I'm thinking about the future. I'm thinking about a TV show I can write or whatever. Like keep romanticizing life. And don't try to stick into a box. And things get better if you keep pushing through. Keep staying strong. Because one thing about me, I thug it out. I'm not really like a crier. Like I feel like I will cry in my room when I'm by myself, or if it gets to that point. Yeah. But I feel like I'm really much you know what? I'll shed a few tears and be like, all right, I'm not be a little bitch. Like
back to the races.
Yes, you got to do what you got to do. So I feel like keep doing that, but give yourself time to feel. It's okay to feel those painful emotions. It doesn't really make you weak. Like you have to get through that, or you never get over them.
Right. So vulnerability, like. Do you feel like you're vulnerable in your music, or you want to be more vulnerable?
I feel like there's different levels to it. I feel like I'm vulnerable, but I'm pretty vague with my vulnerability. Like I would never mention a gender of what I'm talking about, especially because I'm bisexual. So it's like I'm not going to mention if it's
what.
Yeah.
No, let them know.
I'm not going to mention if it's a girl or a guy. So it's like
bold as shit.
You know what I'm saying? So look,
real shit though.
I don't got no shame in it. I wasn't raised to have shame in it. Like my mama was like, as long as you ain't pregnant, you okay. Yeah. So I just feel like I said, I'm pretty vague with the things that I show, or I'm very strategic. Like even in this room right now, there's certain sides to nines that I will show up as until it's someone that I get closer with, or how you show up is how, okay, I can show up in this way based upon that person is showing up. So I feel like, but within my music, it's about what I'm ready to show up myself right now. Because there's certain things that I could write in this moment, but I'm like, nah, maybe like 5 years in the future, y'all would get that.
Interesting.
Like that. Like I said, I think ahead, or it's like these, I'm not ready to share that with these people right now.
So you don't just create off the first thing that's on your mind.
No. I feel like if I hear a beat, like, it's only the first thing that comes off my mind if I'm ready to go. Like I can hear a beat right now and a lyric will come to my head. Like that song Devoted that I did with Sav K. we was in that studio. I wrote my part in like 20 minutes. There was another feature I did with somebody. I was featured on his song. I'm forgetful of the artist's name. And I thought I was just doing a hook that he sent me. He was like, no, I want you to write a part. I wrote that part in like 10 minutes. So I just feel like stuff will come at the beginning of my mind. Like I'll write that down, but it's like, I'll have the ability to where like, okay, it's either a placeholder or this is a lyric that's going to come for later. I'm not going to use in this song. Like, I don't know how to explain it to her. I just have like an intuitive knowing of, okay, this right now, the flow of it is good, but I know I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna change that later. Like, you know, something I was writing right now.
Detail.
Like, yeah, like I'll just write it and I'm like, it's good. No, it's not working. I'll go back and I'll do it over. Or if I'll skip something, or like even if a song, it's not necessarily I'm starting from the beginning of the beat. It's what the song is making me feel, what it's telling me. Like it's like his music is speaking to me in a certain way to where it's like you're interpreting what's going on.
Right. Like for a first listener, what song would you want them to listen to first if they never heard you before?
Dang, I don't know. I feel like I'm the type that like I release stuff and I'm on to the next, and I'll look back at my old stuff to where I was like, this is what I could have did better, or I knew I've grown for that certain point. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like it would depend on what they would want to listen to. If you're on some R&B, I would say if you want something that's familiar, that There Goes Another Vase remix that I did, that 4 Backs like remix I did, I feel like that was people really love that one. So I feel like if you want something where it's familiar in a way, it's like a 90s type of vibe, that. Other than that, I'd probably say for R&B, like Doubts. Doubts was good too. A lot of people love Doubts. So I say that. But I guess for my newer stuff, I still have some unreleased stuff, like 4 or 5 songs unreleased.
Right.
I would say the Right Here that I did. A lot of people love Right Here. It's like a drill R&B beat, sexy drill. So, and I got a music video off of that joint too. Yeah. Oh, actually, I forgot I released something. For R&B, the new stuff that I did was Too Much. Shout out to King Kali. He was in my music video. Shout out to Jason B, who shot it. Yeah, that's my little new R&B, so you know that's who's
right. When the last time you performed, how you feel about performing?
Performance is pretty easy, I feel like. Cause I'm like I said, I'm a thug it out person. So if I'm nervous, baby, you can get through it. Cause I'm not gonna make a fool out of myself. I'm the type, I don't know, maybe this is how I was raised. Like shout out to my mom, where I will not be embarrassed. Right. So always just thinking that my mom was like, you looking good. My mom had me out here embarrassing her. Cause if I'm embarrassing me, I'm embarrassing my mom.
Right.
So it's just like, I feel like, yeah, it's pretty easy. I feel like getting my adrenaline down will be like, it helps me persevere through it. But I feel like it's annoying so I'm holding the mic and my adrenaline has my hand shaking and it seems like I'm nervous, but it's like I'm pumped up. So I feel like performance is pretty easy, and when you connect with the crowd, and I feel like I just have to remind myself to not necessarily look at other artists and be like, damn, are they like compared to where it's like, are they gonna like me too, or are they gonna do me? It's about how I feel and knowing that even if these people don't like me, I still did what I did. It's still an experience. And like I said, I feel like the last time I performed,
right?
Let's see, it was either probably like in February or like it was before April, but it was like in February or something like that. And I performed for Sound Hustlers.
And that's how this interview came about.
Yes, it was. Thank God for that.
Right.
And then it was crazy because I haven't performed or I feel like I did anything music-wise. So I'm in college now. So I'm studying to be a dental hygienist.
Wow.
And that takes a toll, especially like this last semester. I feel like it took a toll on like how much I can put towards my music. Like the first semester, it was 2 classes. I feel like I was doing good. I shot 2 music videos by the end of the semester was over. So it was just like that was the Too Much music video, and I think I did the Comfortable too. But I feel like it was when you have a lot of classes, like my last semester were night classes. I was supposed to have 4 classes, and my job work at like 2:30 in the morning. So for that and to have a night, I just feel like I didn't have time to really focus. Like even now, I'm still getting back into the flow of like, I like routine and like strategizing. So what I'm gonna do next for the future, like I don't do anything willy-nilly. I think about everything before I do it. So it's just like, I feel like it really stopped me from like being in the music how I wanted to be.
You ever perform outside of the city?
No,
Right.
I haven't. I had the opportunity to, but I think by the time I went, why the Greyhound? I did not know, bro. First of all, Philly owed me a one because why did they switch the Greyhound location from downtown to another location, bro?
I didn't know that.
Yes, I was upset about that because I'm down there, like I'm like,
that gotta happen recent. I just took the Greyhound like a year ago.
Yeah, and that's when it was time because I think I don't know if it was
crazy.
on Jefferson. It's somewhere on Jefferson. I'm looking it up like, where's the Greyhound thing? The thing's boarded up. I'm there. Whole time, bro. It's not even there anymore, and I was pissed. I'm like, God, I done called the Uber down here to catch this Greyhound to perform in New York, just for not to be there. By the time I would have got there, it was just like I was like, fuck it.
So you had to cancel.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just not gonna show up, guys.
Right.
It was, that blew me. Once I'm annoyed.
I think you need to go straight to Atlanta with it. I ain't gonna hold you.
That's what's up. Look, I got family in Atlanta too, so if I need to stay down there, pop a squad at a. My cousin's house, my auntie. Shout out to my auntie Crystal.
When I think about Atlanta, I think about beats. Like, how you feel about production? Who get like favorite producers? Like in the industry.
I would say I love what's his name? Who he works with 21 Savage. Metro Boomin.
Right.
I like Metro Boomin. I don't know who else. I feel like Love on the Track is pretty good too. I feel like for R&B, like what he did with Summer Walker, he did really good.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like production needs producers need more recognition, should I say?
Absolutely.
Because now it's like you can hear a beat and I know who the artist is. So I could probably hear a certain beat. Oh, Timbaland. I'll say Timbaland for sure.
Yeah.
Timbaland, Missy Elliott. Facts.
Real rap though.
Even the RZA too, because he.
RZA?
RZA?
Yeah.
From the Wu-Tang Clan. After my mom put me up, because my mom, she's from New York, so she is about that. Like I said, I get a lot of my music, musically inclined from my mom.
Right.
Like instrument playing, I feel like would be more so from my dad's side. But I feel like from like singing and here, because even my mom does poetry, my mom can sing, she can dance. She's like, even when to be like a choreography is going up. Like if I want my mom to make up a dance, I would have trust in her to do it.
Right.
That's how I feel I get that talent from my mom.
Mm-hmm.
So when she put me on the Wu-Tang and I see how he would put certain stuff together, and even when he was like putting the karate films and the beats and like it's a story, like even like how like even him, he's lyrical as an artist. Like which I feel like a lot of artists, especially rappers at that time, they weren't dumb. Right. When you look at artists now, these people, they can't spell. They lean all the time. It's like 10 BBL Jones with them. Like, we get it done wrong with it, but the education is lacked to where you can look at LL Cool J and, like I said, all the Wu-Tang Clan members.
Geniuses.
And they be on, all of them are on a whole track, spitting. Stuff to where it's like, it's making you think.
Right.
Now, and not saying every song has to make you think. Like, even Kendrick Lamar, like, he spits. And he can do a fire song, but it's like to where they're saying stuff that like they're saying stuff. That's all I gotta say.
Real rap, thought-provoking stuff, like you said.
Yes.
I don't want to listen to a song and I understand it. Like as soon as I hear it once, it just get boring. I don't want to hear it again.
Exactly.
When it's thought-provoking, got playback value.
Exactly.
Right.
And I feel like now, like that's what a lot of the classics were back then. It's like how I can listen to a Mary J. Blige album right now. That I was listening to when I was 6, that was playing on the radio, that was playing on a CD, and it still resonates. It still makes you feel something, and that's why I feel like where now I can listen to an artist to where I can play this song probably for like a week straight, a month, and it's over with. Unless it's like a particular artist that probably came out before 2014, I would say. There's a few artists I would say, but it's like now you can get tired of the song now to where, especially I feel like now we have more accessibility to getting music. Right. To where I remember when I was growing up, I used to be on the phone with my best friend after school on the house phone. What station you want on the radio? Yeah. We radio surfing together. 96.5, 98.9, 102.6. Like we're literally going back and forth between the stuff. Yeah, and I'll be waiting, hoping they pick the Bruno Mars song that I wanted them to play. Whole time they just playing a little commercial snippet. Like it made you want to listen and sit by and wait. But I feel like now it's so much that stuff just goes by so quick. Right. If I feel like if you don't do it right, and if you don't mean it to, because even Beyonce's
should be sticking.
Yes, like that. America's got a problem.
Yeah, still listening to that shit.
But you gotta listen to the Doechii and the Kendrick on the America's Got a Problem on YouTube, because she doesn't have it on Apple Music or nothing.
Right.
But you gotta do like that combo. Like I said, Doechii just went on spitting, and you got Kendrick spitting, and you even like the production, Beyonce's production,
crazy
background vocals, like it's like.
It's a lot going on over there.
Yes.
Virgo shit.
That's why I love listening to it. And I'm like, yo, this is, and I love, like, I'm like, this is how you write a song. Like, this is how you do a song. Like, to where I'm listening and I'm picking up how, like, even like I said, America's Got a Problem, how she has the strings in the background heightening up each time. And she's in the background vocals each time. And it just, like, keep escalating. Like, I like music, I could keep going on, but it gets me going, like.
All right, fun questions. Ice cream or water ice?
I would say ice cream.
No.
If I'm in the house, ice cream. But if I'm outside, water ice.
What flavor?
Ice cream? I'm not gonna lie. Lately, I've been getting Haagen-Dazs because it's the actual real ice cream. Don't get them fake ice cream bands.
That's probably what it is too.
But vanilla bean Haagen-Dazs lately.
Yeah.
I've been cheating because I don't usually eat a lot of sweets, but that don't be getting me. I'll be coming to the house straight after work, opening the fridge, getting some out. So
if you could be any animal, what would it be?
I'd probably be, if not like a wolf. Shout out to my wolf's hat.
What?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I feel like probably something that humans not going to kill, because humans kill a lot of animals and hunt animals for various reasons, just for rugs. So maybe a bird you can fly away.
That's what I would be. The eagle. I would be a bird.
Yeah, I could fly away. Or like a cheetah. They don't be killing the cheetahs, and I'm gonna be pretty fast. So like
they don't be killing the cheetahs.
You know, so you know.
If you had to eliminate one of your 5 senses, which one will it be?
I would have to say smell. Probably smell would be a lot, but I cannot. I want to see, and I want to be able to touch. Because what if I lose my touch? I'm looking at you. The sensation is going.
Yeah.
So I need that. Too. You need the pain, like, and I might lose my hearing because I sing, and my taste because I eat and I love food. So
right. So
smell got to be the one to go.
Got to be smell.
Yeah.
If you had one thing to say to the youth, what would it be?
I feel like don't be a follower. Like, keep being unique, because that's how new and like people love trends so much or whatever. That's how more stuff can be created when you keep being different. If everyone's the same, and this is one of my favorite quotes from the movies Incredibles, if you're old enough to know this. When everyone is super, no one will be. And that is that means a lot. Even though it's so simple, that always stuck with me as a little kid, because if it's meaningless, everyone is just one thing. It's nothing is different. So keep having ideas, because how the next thing is being brought about, and that's how you stay happy. You know, I can't be changing. I like what I like, and I'm like a Rubik's Cube. So I have different faces and different stuff that I like. We can talk about dinosaurs right now, the aquarium. We can talk about space. Like, I have different like sides to me. So it's just keep doing that, and not necessarily you got to be so versatile, but just
it is what it is.
Yeah, just be you.
Go with your feelings.
If you die tomorrow, you want to care about that? No.
Right. How you feel about my questions?
I feel like they're really good. You really getting me talking. I feel like other than it's not really making me feel like I got to think so much. I feel like you're having a conversation.
Mm-hmm. You want to give any shout outs before we get out of here?
Shout outs, I would say shout outs to Rocky Live. That's my engineer. I go to him for all my songs are engineered by him, mixed and mastered by him. I really do trust him, and I feel like he was the first studio I ever went to. I used to watch him in high school when he used to be on live in the studio with like Jay Going Up. And I used to be watching, like, before I ever make a move, I watch people before I do stuff. So even if it's a year later, I've seen you before I made a move on you. Right. So, and I would watch him, and I loved how he was honest. Like, one thing about Rock, he gonna be honest about what you're doing. Put more oomph into it. If I'm holding back in the studio, he like, put some more feeling into it. We gonna keep doing this take until we do it. Or if I feel like I'm going straight through, like, all right, now that you got that out, let's break down the verses instead of straight through. Like I trust him. So I feel like shout out to him if y'all need somebody to go to.
Right.
Shout out, of course, to Sound Hustlers. I wouldn't really be in this room without them. So shout out to them. One of the first showcases I really went to, and that I trust, is really my people. So shout out to them. Let's see, Mo Better, phenomenal artist. Jason B shot all of my videos.
Right.
Yeah, shout out to my mama. You know, I wouldn't be here without her.
Right.
So I'll say that. And God, of course.
Where can they find you on social media?
Find me on all platforms at Anais.Mahogany, ANAIS.Mahogany, MAHOGANY.
Miss Philadelphia Gates, East Coast Have Not for the Back Block, Philadelphia mascot, aka the damn guy. What? Damn!